So the marriage between 63-year-old Dobu Wulomo meaning a priest, Numo Bokete Lawe the 33rd, and a 12-year-old girl, Na Okromo, has sparked outrage among Ghanaians on social media. The customary marriage ceremony took place on Saturday, the 30th of March 2024 in Nungua. Nungua is a suburb of Accra. The well-organized event brought a lot of well-wishers to celebrate that day. So per the customs of the Gan community, Na Okromo now goes by the traditional name Na Ayimode. So after visuals from the ceremony was shared on social media by one social media page identified as Ablade Online TV, both the Wulomo, the priest, and the traditional leaders have come under fierce criticism and tension. However, the Manche Odafio, who endorsed the marriage, referred to a long-standing custom mandating that the priest marries a virgin. So it's a long custom traditional, something that has been there before even I was born. So shockingly, the Nungua Manche, acknowledging that the bride was a minor, revealed that there are currently no virgins in Nungua above the age of 9. Yes, it's very, very shocking. So therefore, now Okromo, who goes by the name Na Ayumade, they have to, do everything fast before she's being disvirgined by somebody. So he stated that the case of the 12-year-old was exceptional. Therefore, they needed to hurriedly perform the rites and steps in honor of the tradition. A lot of Ghanaians, however, this hasn't sit well with a lot of Ghanaians who have called for the arrest of the traditional leaders who orchestrated this whole thing. Because according to them, in this modern era, these things need to be abolished. This tradition of marrying young girls into being priestesses and stuff need to be abolished. The whistleblower, that is the Ablade TV Online, took to the social media page and then posted several pictures and then videos from the ceremony and wrote, Dobu Wulomo takes new customary wife. In Nungua, the air is thick with tradition as the customary marriage between Dobu Wulomo, Numo Bokete Lawe, and a young girl named Na Okromo unfolds. The age difference is striking. The venerable Dobu Wulomo is 63-year-old, while Ni Okromo is 12 years old. By the customs of their community, Na Okromo now assumes the traditional name Na Ayumode. But this union is not complete without further rites. Na Ayumode is to undergo a second customary ceremony, one centered on purification. The rites will empower her to fulfill all the duties expected of her as the wife of the Dobu Wulomo, including the crucial role of procreation. Take note of this part. Let me read it again. This rite will empower her to fulfill all the duties expected of her as the wife of the Dobu Wulomo, including the crucial role of procreation. This part is where Ghanaians are angry with. Because how can a 12-year-old girl who is supposed to be playing with her friends, experiencing what childhood is like, is going to procreate? 12-year-old girl going to give birth. Yes, I know that at this point, it's so obvious that a lot of young people, even at the age of 9, have started being intimate. But at this point, marrying a 12-year-old girl to a 63-year-old man doesn't sit right. So let me give you a background story of the people of Ghana. The people of Ghana is believed that they migrated from Ile Ife, that is the ancestral home of the Yoruba people. This was even revealed by the Oni of Ife, Adeyeye Ogunwasi. Yes, he revealed this. That is the 1st of March 2020, when the 47-year-old monarch of the Ghana traditional area, that is King Taki Teko of the Ghana state, visited him in Osun State. The Ghana people celebrate Homowo meaning hooting at anger. So these people have their ancestral lineage traced back to Nigeria. So a lot of Ghanaians, with the story I just read, a lot of Ghanaians have been calling for the arrest of the Dobu Wulomo and then the traditional leaders that's orchestrated this whole thing, because a 12-year-old girl given to a 63-year-old man in this modern Ghana, it doesn't sit right. It doesn't sit right. A lot of people are calling for the abolishment of this tradition. If it is something that goes way back, this generation is looking at abolishing it. However, one lady decided to take it upon herself to explain to people that the Ablade TV online, the person who put it out there, didn't educate people well, because the person behind that page is making it seem as if it's a bad way, it's a bad something. But no, if you go deep into this whole thing, it's not like that. It's not like that, because we've seen videos of the marriage ceremony whereby the MC was making certain comments that the young lady has to seduce her husband and a whole lot of things. But the video was cut short. According to the post I'm about to read, the video was cut short, because if you had listened further, you would realize that the MC said at the end that this is just for educational purposes. So according to one Erica Nicole Nathe on Facebook, she wrote, "I am making this post once to clarify something, especially concerning those in my inbox." So people inboxed her. She's a Gan. The Nathe on her name is she's a Gan. So therefore, people would want clarification on whatever is trending. So she wrote, "I can't keep replying one after the other. Secondly, I'm on Facebook ban, so I can't reply to any comments, but it makes sense to post here because it will have a wider reach. Too many speculations have been going on about the traditional rites performed this weekend. That is the marriage between the Dobu Wulomo and then the 12-year-old girl. The question most of you keep asking me, will he sleep with her? I am told she is pregnant. Will she perform marital duties?" So these are the questions people have been asking her in her inbox. She even said, someone said he is already sleeping with her. Yes, we saw messages of somebody saying that the Wulomo, the chief priest, the 63-year-old man, is already sleeping with this 12-year-old young lady. This sparked the outrage, because 63-year-old man sleeping with a 12-year-old lady is defilement. It's defilement, and therefore the laws need to come in. So she continued by saying, well, to answer you all, Na Ayimode has been a queen since age 7. She has also remained a virgin till date and will remain a virgin as tradition demands to be able to perform certain rites. The fact that she will become the Seheyu, that is the stool queen, does not mean she is going to perform marital duties. There are people who have been chosen to handle that on her behalf for the Dobu Wulomo. This part doesn't mean there are people who have been chosen to have intimacy with the Dobu Wulomo on behalf of Na Ayumode or what. Once she is 18 and consenting, another rite will be performed for her, which makes her a complete wife. Some of you still ask, why her? Well, chieftaincy is not just chosen randomly. The gods choose, and there are certain families considered as royal. She happens to be the chosen one and has been performing her queenly duties since age 7. The rites had to be performed so she can be able to perform certain rites. Let's call it an upgrade of her duties. Oh, okay, so at 7 years old, I'm sure a rite was performed for her. And then at 12 years old, they just performed this rite like an upgrade of her duties. She will still go to school and graduate. Her role as the head of all the queen mothers and fetish priestess of Dangbe land requires her to attain the highest form of education to be able to lead and bring progress to her people and Gan Dangbe as a whole. So please be rest assured that she's still a virgin. She's not living with the Wulomo, but it is the duty of the Wulomo to ensure that she is well taken care of, and also every dream of hers is provided for her to attain the best in life. And please, the Ochiame's words does not depict what will happen. It was just unfortunate. The video at that was cut at that point when she emphasized that all she said is just for educating us about gang marriage, but there will be no intercourse between them. We know how mischievous humans can be. Thank you. I'm sure this answers everybody's questions. Well, let's hope whatever she's saying is the truth and not as we are all thinking, as this 12-year-old girl, they just married her for procreation and all that. We don't want to wake up tomorrow and then hear that this 12-year-old girl is pregnant. If a rite is going to be performed for her at the age of 18, and when she's consenting before she can have intimacy with the Wulomo, then that's fine. That is very fine. But if 12 years old and they force her to consent to have intimacy with this man, then I think the laws need to come in. The laws have to work. The laws need to check that this 12-year-old is just doing just like what this lady said, just performing her rites and no intimacy between her and the 63-year-old man.